Hello and welcome to the second ever episode of Rapid Rankings. In today's episode, we're going to be ranking all 5 of the U.S. regions, which are as follows: the Midwest region, Southeast, Southwest, West, and the Northeast. I'm your host, Jackaloop, and thank you so much for tuning in. But before we get into this video, I'm going to pop it over to Editing Jackaloop to explain to you what this series is. And I also will be ranking these regions based off what's in them, what they're like, stuff like that. So, Editing Jackaloop. Thanks, Jackaloop. I'm Editing Jackaloop, coming at you to briefly explain what Rapid Rankings is. Rapid Rankings is a series I have here on my channel where I rank a group of things. So, how I do it is I go to a website named PubMeeple, I paste in a list of all the stuff I'm going to rank, and then it randomly generates different matchups. I pick which one I like better, and then it generates a list. It generates a ranking list for that stuff, and then I go in and then I readjust some things if I don't agree with them, or I readjust them to however I want. And then, so sometimes if I describe what I like and don't like, it may sound like here's an example. Let's say I rank one thing, and I have, multiple good things that I liked about it, but then there's, one bad thing they didn't like about it, and it's at, the end of the list. Or, if what I say contradicts the placements, that is why. So, yeah, if you have any critiques, just leave them down in the comments, and I will read them, and if you have any ideas, post them down in the comments as well. Alright, that's Editing Jackaloop, signing off. Back to you, Jackaloop. So without further ado, let's get in to episode 2 of Rapid Rankings, where we rank all 5 of the U.S. regions, starting with number 5. Number 5, the Southwest. So, it's debatable on what the actual regions of the U.S. are and what states they are, but I'm going to be going off of what I learned back in, elementary school. And Southwest is made up of Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and Oklahoma. But the Western region already has Arizona and New Mexico. So they kind of just, steal them. So they just have both of them. And so the Southwest isn't that bad. Texas and Oklahoma aren't bad, but there's just not a lot to it. There's only 4 states, and 2 of them are stolen from another region. So, putting this at the bottom. Number 4, the Midwest. So I am from the Midwest. So if I wasn't from the Midwest, and let's say I was from the Southwest would be number 4, Midwest would be number 5. Living in the Midwest is one of the worst things. It's snowy for 3/4 of the year. At least where I'm from, it's hot, too hot in the summers, humid in the summers, and too cold in the winters. And what do we have? We have lakes. The Midwest has lakes and fields. That's about it. It's just not great. I mean, it's got more, and it doesn't steal states from another region. So, yeah. Number 3, West, or the West. The Western region is pretty cool. I mean, you got the Pacific Coast, which is beautiful, but you also have earthquakes, which, not great. I guess if I'm saying something that could happen, the Midwest has a bunch of tornadoes, or, especially in Tornado Alley. I think that's what it's called. But, you have earthquakes. But then it's pretty cool because it stretches, they have Hawaii, which is out in the Pacific. They've got Alaska, which is up by Russia and Canada. So those are good. So that's pretty cool. That stretches that far. But then they've also got Utah and Wyoming and Montana. I mean, who even lives there? But then they got like cool mountain ranges like the Sierra Nevada. They've got Las Vegas. They've got all the places in California. They also got Colorado, which, they got some cool mountains again. So, yeah, I think in the middle of this list is a pretty good place. Number 2, the Southeast. The Southeast is a pretty cool region. Again, they grow a bunch of fruits, and fruits are delicious. Well, depending on the fruit. They got the East Coast. They have the Gulf of Mexico. Cool things like that. But they also have Florida, which is... But yeah, I think it's just an overall great region. Number 1, the Northeast. The Northeast is a pretty awesome region. I mean, it's got the East Coast, it borders with Canada. They grow maple syrup up there, that's good on pancakes and waffles. But it's also a very important historical region, because that's where most of the original 13 colonies were, which, yes, you could also say, well, there was also a lot of colonies in the now Southeast region, which, yes, but there were more in the Northeast, because Southeast was more like just the coast. Anyways, the Northeast, so it's that's where the Declaration of Independence, I think, was signed. There's a bunch of other stuff. It's a very big, like, college region. So, you got, like, I think all of the Ivy schools are there. And, those are pretty prestigious. We also have lows, like Vermont or New Jersey. Like, who even lives there? Oh, yeah, and the capital is also in the Northeast, which it's debated that the Southeast has DC and Maryland, but I put DC and Maryland always in the Northeast. So yeah, it's just a pretty awesome overall region. So that is every region that at least I consider in the U.S. I know it might be a pretty short video because there's only 5 things to rank, but I feel like it still will be a pretty good video. Maybe short is better, The SML video was like 20 minutes long, so let me know in the comments if you want shorter videos, because I know that one was longer than I originally thought it would be. I can just cut down on some of the stuff. So, but anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, and if you enjoy this kind of content, and you enjoy this channel, subscribing would mean a lot, as well as hitting the post notifications, so you'll be notified when I upload my weekly videos. If you have any video ideas that you want me to rank, or any things you want me to do a rating of, or a review of, leave it down in the comments down below, and I will look over and I'll see if I'll do them. So, as always, I'm your host, Jackaloop, signing off till next week. See ya.